Please join me in welcoming Amanda O. Woolery in her piece, Round All These Jamaicans.
I nervously approached the pulpit, dressed in my Sunday's best. My mom made sure to lay my plaits and tighten my gold bubbles. The pastor adjusted the mic to allow for my tiny voice to echo throughout the old countryside Jamaican church. The room fell unusually silent as I prepared to read a chapter from Psalms. The paper fans and rustling candy wrappers came to a halt. My forehead was basted with blue magic and fresh sweat. Even the palm trees and crickets outside seemed to hold a moment to listen in. My tiny heart pumped with anxiety, but after a final look at my proud mom, I opened my dark saying upon the harp. Psalms chapter 20. The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble. My finger dragged the tiny words from left to right like an optical typewriter. I looked up for a moment. The audience, like brown mannequins, all eyes on me. Amen. The congregation clapped with excitement. Some even stood up and cheered as if I had just been awarded a Grammy for songwriting. But it wasn't my Sunday church dress and neatly groomed natural hair that had them in awe. It wasn't even the words of Psalms that had captured their undivided and spirited attention. It was my American accent. My double life didn't begin until my family immigrated to America. One by one, aunties, uncles, grandparents, cousins, all moved from Jamaica to Jersey. By the time I was 12, I could go a few doors down and have some chicken soup with my auntie, hang out with a few cousins, a few doors down again, and I could have some stew peas and giggle with my newest baby cousin. Across the street were my sisters. They taught me how to bust a lick of wine. It was special. Every day was like a family reunion. Patois was my auditory home. I knew every word, every idiom, every joke. I knew the comedians, the actors, the musicians. I mean, I laughed just as hard as my family when my aunties and uncles popped big jokes. But I was just an observer of the language. Even round all these Jamaicans, I never assimilated to speaking Patois. Instead of greeting my cousins with a seasoned and spiced, "Wagwan," I bashfully said, "What's up?" My American accent always felt like the breach in the flow of boisterous Jamaican exchange and melodic Patois small talk. But before my self-awareness turned to self-consciousness, and before my self-consciousness turned to anxiety, I gave it a few tries. This one time I considered snapping back at one of my cousins. "Me, I go tell upon you." But I recited it one too many times in my head and settled on, "I'm gonna tell on you." Then one summer, I was staying with my aunt and uncle in Jamaica. There was another American girl there, and she was just like me. We both understood Patois, but we let our American accents lead. Then the betrayal. After like a week, she was dropping Patois bombs left and right, casual. When she said Ochi, she said Ochi. I was stunned, but I was impressed. It gave me a little confidence. I started dropping a word here and there, but only around my favorite cousin. She was my safe space. One day, this cousin and I were playing with Barbies. My auntie overheard me in my fledgling Jamaican accent. "Me no know," I said freely. Her head popped into the room like a rabbit. For a second, I thought she was gonna be proud. My Americanized niece finally embracing her roots, but my heart dropped to my stomach when I read the look of disapproval on her face. Amanda, you don't speak that way. You speak properly. My cousin and I fell silent as she retreated back to her daily chores. We tinkered with our Barbies in the silent aftermath of the verbal scolding, and when our Barbie soap opera continued, I humbly retreated back to my American accent. For years, I held my Jamaican pride in secret, my Jamerican double life. I peeked out the window. My parents' car had left the driveway. The house was empty. I grabbed my boombox, pressed in one of my dance hall CDs, cranked the volume to the max, and with an uninhibited swagger, I whined and danced around the house, rapping every word to all my favorite Jamaican hit records. Ting-a-ling-a-ling, school bell a ring, knife and fork a fight for dumpling. Being alone was my safe space, free of judgment, free of scolding, just free. Recently, I was in Chalky Hill, Jamaica with my family. We were all on the veranda, drinking beer, telling jokes. We were all laughing into the night air. My 7-year-old niece giggled her toothless grin and slapped her little knee along with us. A few moments later, she leaned into me and cupped my ear with her tiny hands. And she whispered, "Auntie Amanda, what are they all saying?" Laughter damn sure is contagious. I snuggled in close to her and gave her all the translations. Now I watch her in pride as she practices Jamaican with my mom. I'm still her Google Translate, giving her one-to-one interpretations when she needs clarification. And she gives me the confidence to practice along with her. And now I can time travel, and I can go back to that countryside Jamaican church and sit down next to my mom and cheer on 8-year-old me for her courage rather than her American accent. Thank you.
Our next performer is Amanda O. Woolery. And as Willow says, Amanda has been a joy in our short time together. Her storytelling opens a window to a wonderful Caribbean world and sensitivity spice with Patois. Her increasing confidence in delivering her material is evident with each iteration. I can't wait to see the final performance with her stunner of a smile. You all will see it soon. And Amanda is just, it's an understatement to say that Amanda lights up any room that she walks into. I swear, it's like, we don't even need, all these lights and stages. Amanda just really comes through with her smile, her personality. You can sit next to Amanda and just feel the energy pulsing from her and into you. So she's been such an amazing addition to our cohort, always lifting the moods. And I also wanted to do a quick shout out to the cheering section at home in Chalky Hills, Jamaica and LA that are watching Amanda today.